Mets fans, I'm here with Director of Player Development, Andrew Christie. Andrew, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and joining me today. Draft kicking off today. As the Director of Player Development, what's kind of your role when it comes to the draft?
Thanks again, Jake, for having me. Not much, honestly. Observation and just kind of helping the scouts with anything they might need during the process. Just getting to see them and hear them talk about the players has been great. I worked with a lot of them for a very long time, so great getting to catch up with them and see how the process is evolving. I'm really confident in the group in general. I think they're going to do a great job, so looking forward to getting some new players in here.
Now, draft day, obviously a lot going on in this week, and then once everything wraps up for you guys, a major selection. What's the feeling for you guys to get that process done and moving forward here?
It's great. It's fun. We're very excited every draft time because we know we get a lot of new talent in the system. So that's really the kind of feeling we have is of excitement, and we're excited to get some. Hopefully, we'll have two tonight, and we'll have around 20 after all said and done the next 3 days. So.
Now, once those guys are drafted and signed, can you take me through the process of getting those guys into the Mets system and then eventually coming up here to St. Lucie?
Yeah. So we have done a really nice job. Max Vogel-Friedman and Eddie Rodriguez have been very helpful. That's our manager of PD and our field coordinator in communicating with the scouting staff and our player development coordinator staff to set up a full week of onboarding activities for our guys that we draft. Going to involve the scouts and their input, and going to involve our coordinators down here in Port St. Lucie for the full week, and just kind of get the guys introduced to the organization, what we're about. How we want to go about things, and then get them out there on the field. So that's basically it. It's a really cool thing for me to see, because having kind of been on both the scouting and now the player development sides, I think we've made a lot of headway in terms of working together very effectively and ensuring that the players have a very smooth transition as soon as they get in our building. So.
Couple of those draft picks here in St. Lucie. One of the guys that have been really good for the Mets, 19-year-old Franklin Gomez, and the pitching staff in general has been a big help here for St. Lucie. What have you seen from that pitching staff side of things on the player development for them?
Yeah, no, I'm really excited about Franklin. He's going today. He's been really impressive. A younger guy, signed out of Venezuela, and has moved up pretty quickly. Throws a ton of strikes. We've added some pitches to him, to his arsenal. He's throwing a lot more pitches now, trying to get both sides of the plate out, and he's done a really nice job over the last few weeks kind of putting that together. In general, the pitching development here, I think, is fantastic, specifically at this level. Jordan Krause. We have Victor Ramos coming in pretty often to help as well. Those two guys, have gotten to see them work together this week. It's really fun. They add a lot of value, and they add a lot of value with our pitchers here. So it's fun to see them work, and I think that dynamic exists at every level in our work.
Colin Hal, also one of the most recent draft picks for you guys. What have you seen from his game that you like?
Yeah, Colin is still very young. It's anytime you draft a high school player, the road is not going to be straightforward. It's going to take some time, but Colin's a great athlete. Really like how he can play defense. We've had him out there at short and third, played a little second as well, but he can play a really good infield. He's got some real juice. I think tapping into some more of that some more of that power is going to be the next step for him. But he's made a ton of strides in trusting the process, not necessarily judging himself by the results of that game. Hey, if you hit 3 balls hard and you go 0 for 3, that's still a good day. So he's made a lot of progress in understanding that, and I think that's something that we really love to see out of him, and he's going to continue to do that.
Overall here for the Mets, once guys are in this system, what are some of the things you're looking for as they continue their player development up through the Mets minor league system?
Yeah, on the position player side, we're looking for guys to hit strikes hard. That's a big kind of the core tenet that our director of hitting, Jeff Albert, has kind of put out there for us, and that covers kind of covers the gamut. We want them to prevent 90 on defense. Don't let that extra base happen. And I think that's it's an all-encompassing thing, but I think it shows in how we've kind of taught, preached, and practiced defense at every level. On the pitching side, can't say enough about the entire group. Our VP of pitching, Eric Jagers, and our pitching coordinators, John O. Arnold and Kyle Rogers, and the entire affiliate level staffs under them. We have a really good framework for developing deliveries and the arsenal that they kind of put out there, and our players are very bought in. They're very educated. They know what they're doing, and I think that's kind of using that framework of analyzing their delivery, improving their arsenals, and then seeing how the results play out on the field is kind of the way we like to just see guys progressing and moving up. I think there's no easy formula to just say like, oh, this guy's ready to go to the big leagues, or this guy's ready to go to high A. But I think trying to just consistent analysis and an examination and discussion from like player development leadership with our staff on the ground is kind of the best way to go about those things. So.
Well, Andrew, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and joining me here, and good luck with the draft today.
Awesome. Thanks, Jake. Appreciate it.